Hello everyone, my name is Gimmie Gamma and I am here today with a simple goal to help you in the world of color and Davinci Resolve. In today's episode, we are going to go over basic navigation and getting to know the workflow of Davinci Resolve. In the last episode, I covered how to set up a project before beginning, so I recommend checking that out if you have any questions about settings. Once you open Davinci, you will see down at the bottom we have a series of buttons: Media, Cut, Edit, Fusion, Color, Fairlight, and Deliver. In this episode, I'm going to go over the Media tab. I'll get into the other tabs in future episodes. The first tab we have is the Media Browser. This tab you can think of as sort of a home base for your starting point. This is where you can compile, view, and import all of your footage to begin working. On the top left, we have your File Manager, where you can navigate and view your footage wherever it lives on your computer. Let's go ahead and find some footage to work with. You can see here, I can see what my footage is in the viewer before I import. There's a very handy tool here where you can change the view from list to thumbnails. I prefer to work with lists because you can see extra information about your clips such as resolution and frame rate by moving the slider to the right. But if you have a lot of footage, can't remember the name of the exact clip you're looking for, the thumbnail view can help you find what you're looking for. Once you find what you're looking for, you can go ahead and drag it down into the master bin area at the bottom. This allows you to work with the footage in other tabs. There are two very powerful features within the Media tab I want to go over before we move on: Scene Cut Detection and Auto Audio Sync. Scene Cut Detection is a great tool if the footage you're working with is one video file that has cuts within the video that you need to recut in order to work with the clips individually. This tool lets Davinci decide where there should be a cut, and it will cut it for you. In this window, you can have Davinci automatically scan through your footage looking for where the cut should be, as well as manually add or remove cuts. Let's go ahead and select Detect and let Davinci do its magic. Okay, so Davinci is finished, so let's see how it did. You can see all of these green vertical lines here. Well, in this case we only have one because there's only one cut, and it has been added. The green line represents a cut. If we skim through and double check the cuts, we can see that Davinci has properly detected where the cut should be. You can tell by the three viewer windows at the top where the cuts take place. The first window on the far left is the frame before the cut. The middle window is the frame after the cut, and the right window is the second frame after the cut. If we select the cuts here on the right and then look at our windows, we can easily tell if Davinci correctly added the cuts or not. Now, scrolling through our footage, you will see that there are no other lines other than the green line. If you have multiple cuts that Davinci did not detect, there will be gray lines. The gray lines are where Davinci thinks there might be a cut but isn't so sure, so let's take a look and see what's there. If you find a place with a gray line, that is in fact a cut, yet Davinci didn't add it, you have two options. You can either click this Add button to manually add the cut, or you can grab this horizontal line here and drag it down until the gray line peaks above it. This horizontal line is a blanket for where the cuts should be. Every vertical line that goes above it is a registered cut. Every vertical line that does not go above it is not registered. If your footage has a lot of gray lines and Davinci is having a hard time recognizing where a cut should be, you can use this slider to adjust which lines go above or below. Okay, now that looks like Davinci has properly cut our footage and we can add it to the media pool. When adding to the media pool, Davinci will now add each clip individually and automatically cut, rather than one video file like before. This is a super handy tool. I use it a lot when working with editors. I have them remove all transitions and effects, then Dropbox me a single file for color. I use the auto scene cut, then color the clips individually, then export it out as one single video file, and then send it back. The next tool I want to talk about is the Audio Sync. As far as I know, Davinci is the only nonlinear editor to offer this feature, and it's free. That is extremely hard to beat. This feature is used if you had sound on set recording separate files from your camera. What you have are two files that you need to have joined: a video file with its own embedded audio and an external audio file. What we used to have to do was manually sync the audio to the video in all of our dailies. This is extremely time consuming, especially if you're working on a feature-length film. Okay, so let's locate our video and audio that we want to sync. Here they are, now let's bring them down into our master bin. Alright, now that everything is in the master bin, we can sync the audio. If you lasso both the audio and the video, then right-click, you will see 4 options. Auto sync based on waveform. This option only works if you have embedded audio into your video that Davinci can reference with the external audio that was recorded on set. Resolve will compare the waveforms of both the camera audio and the external audio. The camera audio will be replaced by the synced audio. The next is auto sync audio based on waveform and append. The same as above, except that the synced clip will include both the camera's embedded audio and the synced audio. Auto sync audio based on timecode. Choose this option if your camera footage and external sound have matching timecodes. Resolve will compare the timecode of your camera's embedded audio to the timecode of your external audio files and match them up. In the synced clip, the camera audio will be replaced by the external audio. The final option is auto sync audio based on timecode and append. This is the same as above, except the synced clips will include both the camera's embedded audio and the synced audio. We're going to choose waveform and append. Done and done, just like that. If you see here in the timeline, our video track has one audio track married before we did the audio sync. Now, after, it has 2. Zooming in on the audio tracks, you can see they're synced up no problem. And it's as easy as that. We're set to begin work and we don't have to take all that extra time to sync manually. Alright everyone, that wraps up today's video and I hope I was able to teach you something. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me down in the comments section so I can see them. Giving this video a like is always appreciated and consider subscribing. And until the next video, have a great day.